Hi guys, welcome back to another Craft With Me video. Today we are going to be making a one-page wonder, a 12 by 12, and it's going to be a fun one, just a simple little thing, and I think it's just a lot of fun to make. So this is just using one 12 by 12. You can use double-sided, you can use just the single. This is just regular, this is just kind of like my little sample that I made, but I really like it. So it's going to be like a little Flippy, some type of Flippy book. But look at this. So this is the cover, okay? Then you open it like this and look, open, 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 and then we've got little tabs in here. Isn't that cute? I think it's so much fun. And once you see the final product, you're gonna see, because this is not decorated, this has nothing to it, it's just my sample, so I just kind of wanted to see how it will turn out. But I really like it, and I think it's just a lot of fun to do. So, and of course, we love our little flip outs, right? So this is what we're making. And once you see, I have one already done and decorated, so we'll see how far along we get to this one. Once we get the base done, we'll see what time it is, and if there's not that much time to decorate it, then I'll probably decorate it off camera and show you. But I do have one that's already done, so we can do that. But let's get started. I do have this, and this is a double-sided, but it's not very thick, so let me show you. I think this is one of the ones that you get from is it Walmart, I think. So I'm using this pad, and it doesn't say what the weight is on this paper, but see, look at this. See, they're all double-sided, but I wanted something neutral because the one that I actually finished, it's more colorful. So I wanted to do a neutral and a colorful one. So you're gonna need a 12 by 12. You are going to need some tabs, and so I cut these out with my little die cut here, and these are the smaller size. And so whatever I can link down below, I will. And then for the little circle tabs, I'm using this one, and I've already cut those out. So you need 4 of those. And then I'm going to be using my 2-inch punch, my 2-inch circle punch, along with my 1-inch. So there's that, and something to just cut. You are going to need, if you want to do the closure like I'm going to be doing, you'll need your crocodile and some eyelets. I will be using this little gadget to cut away, but let me show you what we're doing. So this is going to be my front cover. This is going to be the inside, and so I'm going to fold it this way. So we're going to fold it in half. So get your little bone folder out, just to crease that. And then this way, when you open from the inside, I'm going to mark the halfway point because I want it to be, we're gonna fold the insides together. So let me just mark at the halfway point here so I know where to fold. So my halfway point is here, so I'm going to fold all the way up, making sure that we have our edges together. Fold that down. This is going to make the inside pockets. And then we're going to do the same and just meet it somewhat in the middle. I'm leaving maybe 1/8 of an inch. Let me make sure that I have that pretty straight. Okay, and then we're gonna fold this part in. So I have my, let me ink this so that you can see where my middle fold is. Okay, so there is my middle fold. I'm going to fold this into that. Not all the way. I'm probably going to leave maybe like 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Okay, fold that down. And we're actually going to cut this part off. But this is going to be where we're going to need to cut. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this side. Folding this over. Bringing that in. Again, about 1/4 of an inch. And let's get that pressed down. Okay. Now this is where we're going to actually cut. So let me ink this so that you can see where I'm cutting. Okay. So this is where this comes in. All I'm going to do is put it up to the fold. Excuse me. I'm putting this up to the fold, and then just with this little handy dandy thing, see that? It beats trying to have the ruler and the craft knife. And I think I got this from either, I think I got it from the Journal Say website. And it actually comes with different, this is just the straight cut, but it comes with different little heads that you can use to cut. So it has like the stamp cut, it's got the jagged edge cut. There. See that? And then we're going to cut these in half because these are going to be our little flip out pockets. So again, just kind of in the middle, eyeballing it. So there's these two. They don't have to be exact. They don't have to be perfect. Okay. And there are these two. So these are going to be our little flip outs. We are going to trim them down, but not yet. We're going to actually, let's do this fold here. I'm going to do like a 1/2 inch fold on these so that we can have a little bit of sturdiness, and then we're going to do a thumb notch. So here, so this is the cover, this way. Okay, so this is the front cover, and we're doing this. So these top and bottom flaps, we're going to do a 1/2 inch fold. So I'm going to get my bone, my little score board here, and score at a 1/2 inch on both the top and bottom flaps. And we're just going to fold those down. Let's put those off to the side over here. Let's fold that down. Sorry, my fingers. I've got butterfingers today. Okay. And let's glue those down. I'm going to use my art glitter glue. Glue both of these down. Oh, I think I dried up the tip already. There it is. Okay. Just fold that down. And then we're going to do a thumb notch on these. And fold this down. Okay, so we're going to do it like this. And let's do the thumb notches. That's where we're going to use the 1 inch. Just eyeballing. About there. And then we're going to do the same on this one. and here. Okay, that's all you're going to use the 1 inch for. Now we can close these up, and we're just going to right here on the fold and on the outer edge. So we're going to do that, just a line here, here, and there. Okay, fold this down. And that will create our little pockets. You can go ahead and ink those edges. I probably should have. It's too late for the top one, but let me at least show you. It'll look better once they're inked. I don't know if I could go back in. Okay. Now let's do the same on this one. The outer edge, the fold, and the outer edge. And then close that back up. Okay, so there, we have the cover already ready. Let's even out these folds here. Do it on both sides. Okay, there they are. Our little pockets are already ready. This I think I unglued because I tried to. Come on. I tried to ink it after the fact, so it came undone. Okay, but there we are. Let's ink around this. Pretty quickly. Just want to get that little bit of the distressed look on both sides. Okay, and here we have it. That's our cover. Now for these are going to be our little flip outs. Okay, but what I'm going to do, let me put this off to the side. What I'm going to do with these is I'm going to grab my 2-inch circle punch, and I'm going to put these in. And because I have them a little bit bigger, I'm going to kind of see where that circle is going to land. Now again, they don't have to be perfect. We couldn't put it all the way down. Let me see, would I have enough? No, I want to kind of center it. So I'm going to try to eyeball where the center is. See that? There it is. Now keep these because these are going to be our little tabs. We're going to glue those together to go inside the cover pockets. So I'm actually going in with the folded edge down. And then because of the width of these pockets, since we haven't trimmed them down yet, it actually gives you enough space for you to be able to, oh, now I can't take it out. Where are my tweezers? It gives you enough space for you to be able to pull them out. Okay. And position them. See, I can grab it on both sides. So let's go ahead and keep going. And last one. And that's it for that. Now I'm actually doing double-sided. So like that, when you open, you can have a little picture on both sides. Now you don't have to. You can actually open these up and just do one side if you want to. But I'm doing double-sided. Okay? So what we're going to do now is, because I want the little windows, here I didn't add it, and you don't have to, but I'm going to be adding the, what is it, that clear plastic onto the little windows. So I'm going to add the acetate, I guess, to that. So let me get those cut out. All we're going to do is just measure them down and cut out. I'm going to need actually 8 because I'm going to do each side. So let me go ahead and ink these. I'm going to glue these together and get all of the acetate cut and ready to go. And I will be right back. Okay, I am back. I went ahead and inked everything, and I added the acetate on both sides, but I forgot to mention that these have to be cut down, because if not, they're going to be too bulky and we don't want them to be touching each other. So we are going to cut them down to 2 7/8 by 2.5. The 2.5 is going to be where the fold is. So this part here is going to be 2.5. And then the height of it is going to be 2 7/8. So I'm going to go ahead and trim those. Because I've already cut out my circle, I'm just going to cut a little bit on both sides to bring that down. And then cut off. Don't cut on the edge where the fold is. Just cut along where the open space is. Okay, and that should do it. Let me throw that away. And before we do anything else, I am going to cut just a little notch here. So I have, it could be on either side, but I have the folded edge on my left. And I'm going to just cut out just one little notch, and then I'll just ink this. So before you ink everything, just make sure you have the size already cut. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and just do one with you. I have my acetate, and my acetate I did cut to 2.5 by 2 3/8. So that is going to be the size of your acetate, and I will leave the measurements down below. I'm going to glue all around the edges. And because I have the glue, I can see exactly where I need to drop it. And then just press that down. And then I'm going to, I almost lost the other one. I'm going to do the same thing on the other one, just so that you can see how I do it. But I did go ahead and do the rest of them so that you don't have to keep watching me do the same thing over and over. Okay. And then what I'm going to do now is just glue down the sides. Now you want to try to have the glue as straight as possible, because if not, your little cards won't fit. Either way, you might have to trim them, but that's okay. Okay, so we have the acetate on both sides, and now we are ready to go ahead and add these. So what I do is I kind of map out how I want them to be. So I'm going to have this one like this one open on this side. Let me move that over. I don't think I need my glue right now, so let's put this top on before it gets dry again. So that's going to be here, that's going to be there. Let me move up a little bit so you could see. So this is going to be here. This is going to be opening from this side. And remember, you want your notch to be upright. So I'm going to do this. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this one here, and then this one's going to open up this way. Okay. So I have them opening this way. and then this way. Got it? So whichever you prefer. Now, just to kind of put them on, I'm going to be using my cutesy little tape here. This is the Tim Holtz tape, and I'm just going to use one little strip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to the bottom. I just love the way that looks, don't you? And then I'm going to measure, well, not measure, but I'm going to try to even it out the sides here and have it as close to that edge as possible, and leaving about, gosh, the tiniest bit. You don't want it to be completely stuck because you want it to have room to fold. So see that? I'm putting it just a tiny bit away. So there is the bottom one. Then we're going to do this top one here. Let's use this one. And again, I'm putting the tape on first. And then this is going to go on this side. And again, the sides I want to try to make them even Steven. Put that down. This is going to go on the top. So let me get another piece. Let's do this one. If they need to be trimmed, it's okay. I'm just trying to get the ones that I think will fit better. So let's do this one here. Doesn't that look cool with the tape? And then evening out the edges here. And then this one goes here. And let's use this one. I've been hoarding this tape, so felt like I might as well use it. Oops. Try not to tape it to your craft mat, but I have to do it this way so that I could see what I'm doing. About there. Okay. So this is, yeah, this is how it's going to look. We're going to go down like this, and like this. And then this will close like this. Cool, right? Okay. Now let's go ahead and add our little tabs to, I don't know, what do you want to call them? Little cards. But the circle ones are going to have this little one. So I'm going to get, I already did the rest of them. I'm just going to do one with you. I just put a little bit of glue on the bottom. And then I'm going to turn it around. Add glue here. And there we have it. So I did do it opposite sides so that we don't have the same pattern on both sides. So like that, I just thought that that might be fun. So that's not the same. And then with this one, I used this, but it is a little bit wider than what I needed. And so I'm going to, I keep wanting to say measure. That's not what I want to say. We're going to eyeball the center. And then flip it around, glue the rest of it. And then I'm going to trim off the corners. So if you have a smaller tab, then that's probably better. But because I don't want this tab to stick out too much, so that's why I chose this one, because it's minimal, you know, what sticks out. Okay, so now let's check to see if they fit. Depending on how I glued them. Perfect. Okay, so that's going to go in like this. This is going to go in over here. See, that's why I like the little thumb notch in these. See that? It's just easier to bring them in and out. I say that when I'm struggling. There's that one. There is this one. Ooh, I did good. And then these are just gonna go, some are gonna go upside down, some are gonna go the other way. Let's do it this way. I just think that they're so much fun. I feel like this kind of reminds me of the little Christmas bulbs, you know what I mean, for the tree decorations. So this might be a cute project to do, you know, for the holidays. So there is that. Look at how cute. And then it closes up. And then we're going to do a little an eyelet here for the closure. I need to make sure that I don't grab. So let's do this. Let's do it this way. And then I'll even Steven it out on the other side, because I don't want to get anything. Okay, so that's going to have to go a little bit further down. Close enough. Okay. So now I'm going to get my eyelets. And I'm grabbing these because these are the ones that have the washer on the back. And I love the way the washer looks when I have to, you know, see the other side. So let's put these in. I'm going to do it this way. Get my crocodile ready. And let's do it like this. I have to turn it around because I get a better grip this way. Okay, so there's that one. And then here is this one. Putting the washer in. And oops, I did not do this right. Hold on. There it is. Okay, see that? So much cleaner. So let's put these back in its spot. Put these back in. And now we can put our closure. I have this that I was gifted, and I kind of like the gold with this, but yeah, let's stick with the gold. I'm going to stick this in, and then I'm going to show you how the other one looks already ready. I'll probably come back, and I'm kind of running late because I have to go pick up my daughter. Today was her first day of school. Oh, my daughter, my baby girl. Okay, let's put these back in. Let's cut this here. And then this is our closure. See that? How cute is that? I will come back and decorate it and show you how it looks. So I will be right back. Okay guys, I finished decorating it. I really love the way it came out. Here is the front. This is our front cover. I did not do anything on the back, but here I added just little things here and there. And then if you open the inside, then we have this. Look how cute. So we have all of this. And then we open up. Now, if you remember when we did these, if you're gonna flip it open, then you wanna make sure that one is this way, one is this way. Get it? So like that, when you open it up, it's still going to be right side up and it won't be upside down. So just kind of a little tidbit to know when you make these, if you decide to make one. The side ones, it's the same. And here are these ones. Isn't that cute? And then this I did not make double-sided. I just did the one side. So here's this one, this one, this one, and this one. So there's those. And then that's it. We close it back up. And then we put it back in. Now let me show you the one that I made yesterday. And this one I did a little bit more fun. So here's this, and this is the paper that I got from, I want to say Hobby Lobby. The one that we got on clearance, I think it was. And so I used the same color of this, but let me show you the inside. I think I tied this too tight. So here we did this. Look at how cute. Now these are all stickers, and so I got these, I don't remember where I got these from, but you open it. Now see, I didn't do it this way. I did them both the same, so they're not, they're upside down. So just kind of a rule of thumb, but look at how cute these are. And then we have these. Now I didn't do these to where they were the right side, but I did do both double-sided on both of these and on these. So there is that. And I think that, my friends, is it. Look at how cute. Isn't that adorable? And that's it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And I will see you in the next video next week. And have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.